Hey there, my name is Marlon Newcomb. I'm 15 years old and recently I finished the infamous 75 hard challenge. Now in today's video I want to talk about my personal experience with the challenge. I'm going to go over all 7 rules and talk about how I navigated it as a 15-year-old, also navigating a social life, school life and a work life. Before starting the challenge I remember seeing a video by a creator named David Larby, and I remember it really helping me cross the line to make the choice to start the 75 hard challenge. So today, if you're watching my video and you're still on the fence about whether or not you should start, I hope I can help you make that jump to either side of the fence. Alright, let's get started. What's up guys? Today is day 1 of 75 hard. I look dead right now. I've just done a run from my house to the gym here. Looks beautiful out in the water, but yeah, we're gonna get started now. G'day, it is day 8 of 75 hard. I've just finished week 1. How am I feeling? Week 1's been good. It's been good, but towards the end, my ankles and that right now, crazy pain. My ankles and feet, which is probably just because I'm not used to running. So still adjusting to that, but they're feeling a little bit better today. Still able to run. Look how beautiful sunrise is. There's a nice sunrise yesterday too. It's good getting up early. It's easier to get up now. This morning I almost fell asleep, but that was for like a second. Yeah, good first week. Hoping to have another good week now. And yeah, I'll probably just check in at the end of this week too. Alright, see you guys. Today is day 14 of 75 hard. Sunrise is a bit, yeah. But day 14, so week 2, I guess, is almost done at the end of today. Pretty good. Stamina's getting better for running. Easy to wake up. It's always been easy to wake up during this challenge, pretty much. But yeah, going good. What's up guys? Day 31 of 75 hard. So that means I'm currently a month in. It's currently the end of the day. So I was gonna check in this morning, but I forgot. But yeah, 31 days done. Pretty easy. Feeling a little fatigued, but you know, that's just normal. But yeah, going positively. Thoughts so far, it's just kind of like, now it's kind of getting harder to wake up. Like obviously it's still pretty easy to get up. Hopefully this bad weather goes away, because otherwise it's gonna be really hard to get up. But just kind of get tired, but like as long as you get enough sleep it's fine really. But yeah, day 31 done, first month done, a month and a half to go basically. G'day guys, today is day 66 of 75 hard. I meant to record a lot more. I haven't taken a video in a while, but yeah, so it's been 2 months now. Got less than like 9 days left, I think. But yeah, everything's going well. Nothing too difficult, I guess, about the challenge this far. Just a little bit tired, but that's just because we're coming to the end. You know, the end goal is in sight. So feeling a little bit tired, but also I've had a lot on. I've had dance concert, late night, that night, like 2 days ago. And then obviously just a lot of stuff like ending school and everything. So yeah, a little bit tired, but yeah, going well. So we're gonna push through for the last 9 days. Good morning. It is day 75. I'm a little bit sweaty. This morning I ran 7.2 Ks as my last challenge, I guess. 75 hard. I'm gonna miss it. It's been good for me mentally, physically, you know. Sorry, I'm puffed. 4 days ago I ran 5 Ks, and then the day after and the day after that I couldn't even be bothered. So this morning I just said 6 and I got to 7.25, which is really good. So 75 hard. I reckon I could do it again. Really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go hop in the pool now. get all this sweat off me. And yeah, thanks for following along. Okay, so basically that was my recap of 75 Hard. I try to film once a week, but I kind of forgot in between day 30 and day 66. It was just kind of a busy time, and because it wasn't something that was defined to the challenge, I was just doing it myself. I just kind of forgot about it. So basically, if you're still watching this video and you're still unsure about what 75 Hard actually is, so basically it is a mental and physical toughness challenge consisting of 75 days of straight work. Each day you're expected to follow 7 rules. Rule 1 is that you have to work out twice a day for 45 minutes. Rule 2 is that one of those workouts has to be outside. Rule 3 is that you have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction book every single day. Rule 4 is you have to follow a diet and have no cheat meals. Rule 5 is that you have to drink 1 gallon of water each day, which in the metric system is 3.79 litres. Rule 6 is that every day you take a progress picture just to track your progress along your journey. And Rule 7 is no alcohol and no cheat days. Alright, so Rule 1 and 2 I'm going to mix together and talk about both at the same time because they're kind of similar. So Rule 1 is 2 45-minute workouts per day, and Rule 2 is that one of those workouts has to be outside. So basically, whether or not this challenge is hard to you, the 2 workouts per day really just comes down to your time management. For me, it wasn't as difficult as I really scheduled my days out throughout the challenge. So basically every morning, or most mornings, I would go for a run down to the beach, and then I would do either a mini workout or I would do around 200-300 push-ups, like different variations, incline, decline, normal, etc. Or I do a mini workout, jumping jack, squats, etc., like stuff like that. So basically that was my morning workout. That was my morning 45-minute workout. And then in the afternoon, straight from school, I'd go straight to the gym and hit a gym session. I had a 6-day training schedule, and then every Thursday I would have my dance classes, so that counted as my second workout. So that was kind of nice, having a rest day in between. Even though I was still doing physical activity, it was kind of a rest day for me. You know, you need to have variations in your workout. I wish I kind of had more. I tried towards the end to have more variation in what I did. Like I would go out for a walk, climb up a hill, etc., like a hike. You know, it's really good, especially in this challenge when it's so scheduled, to have a little bit of variation to make it a bit more interesting. So basically with the weather, because I'm in Australia, right, it's kind of bad weather on and off. So basically the way I navigated that is when it was raining or whatever the weather was, if I couldn't go outside, I just go out onto my deck or out into the yard as much as I could, just trying to get yourself outside and not be inside and kind of being like, oh, well, maybe not today. That is the whole point of the challenge. So as long as I was out on my deck or in my yard, that was outside for me, like in the fresh air. So that's kind of the way I navigated it. And then obviously if it had rained the night before and it wasn't too rainy that morning, I'd probably still go out. But yeah, so that's basically how I look at the 2 45-minute workouts per day. As long as you get enough rest time, like sleep during the night, and you know, you just got a good attitude about it and good time management, you should be alright. Okay, so rule 3 is that you have to read 10 pages of a non-fiction book every day. So basically throughout this challenge, I've read almost 3.5 books really. So basically, I'm going to grab them now. I've just brought them to my desk. So, first book I read was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. So basically, this book is, you know, about controlling your emotions, keeping yourself kind of that stoic person in your friend group, etc. You know, just really learning how to hone down your emotions and everything. So that was really good for me, learning how to focus, and especially at the start of the 75 Hard Challenge, staying dedicated, staying consistent. This was a really good read. I'd recommend it to you. So the next book I got was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So this book is trying to teach you about meditation, how to master your mind, etc., and you know, how to really get rid of that old person inside of you and try and make a new person of yourself. This was really good, especially after The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. It was a really good read. I didn't read the whole thing, if I'm honest, just because I got a new book and it was kind of a little bit more interesting. This one, it's a good read. It's just obviously a 15-year-old
I'm not really too interested in brain science, but from what I've read, it is a quite good read. I just wasn't too interested in kind of the ending. I just kind of wanted to read the start. I read up to about midway, and that's about all the information I needed, I felt, from that book. The next book I got was Sell Like Crazy by Sabri Subi, an Australian entrepreneur. So this book really just, I wanted to learn more about sales and how to close clients and kind of things around that. Obviously I saw his Instagram ad and I was like, I have to get this book. So I got this halfway through reading this, the Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and this kind of took over. I really love this book. It was a lot of information, really helpful to me. And recently, towards the end of the challenge, I purchased Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read maybe into chapter 1 or 2 just because I got it in the last 2-3 days. But yeah, so basically reading 10 pages a day is really not that much in retrospect. It's really easy. I would just read right before I went to sleep, and it would put me off into a good sleep instead of being on my blue screen phone. So yeah, I really recommend these books if you want to get them, obviously. Alright, rule 4 is follow a diet and no cheat meals. So basically, as a 15-year-old, it is very expensive to upkeep a diet. So my approach to it more, instead of going full paleo or like carnivore, was more just a high protein diet, because that's something that I can afford myself. So I went more for high protein foods, so nuts, eggs, Greek yogurt, granola, oats, all those kind of things were in my diet a lot. I was looking to build muscle throughout this challenge. Obviously, this is kind of also a weight loss journey for some people. So I was just trying to keep my protein up really high, so then I wasn't, super cutting. I was still cutting during this challenge. Like, I've seen a great kind of cut, like I've seen my abs come out and, I've become really defined, but I was just trying to make sure that I wasn't going to turn into skin and bone by the end of the challenge. So yeah, just really high protein foods, and just a lot of health foods too. Like, I didn't have anything unhealthy, so yeah, that was my workaround, and I think it worked pretty well. I gained around 4 kilos throughout this challenge, which is amazing. And that's most likely just because of my diet, just because of a lot of high protein too, a lot of foods that are going to really help me grow. So rule 5 is drink 1 gallon of water each day. In Australia we use metric system, which is litres, so that's 3.79 litres of water a day. So basically throughout this challenge, as long as I was getting to 3.5 or more, I was pretty happy. I wasn't kicking myself that I wasn't reaching 3.79 litres. As long as I was getting as close to that 3.79 litres a day, I was pretty happy. Look, my approach to it was every morning I drink 1.5 to 2 litres of water. So basically, I smash out most of my water in the morning, then just drink it through little cups, little sips, whatever throughout the day. And then in the afternoon during the gym or at dinner, I would drink the rest, or just after dinner. I wouldn't recommend drinking it right before bed, so most days I try to remember to drink it all before, dinner time basically, because otherwise when you're going to sleep, you're not going to be able to sleep. Another thing with this social life, you're going to need to go to the bathroom every once in a while, more often than not. So, you've just got to consider that too. At the moment, I haven't been drinking as much water since the challenge stopped, so I haven't been needing to go to the bathroom a lot, which is good. But yeah, you've just got to consider that if you're a person that can't really handle water. I'm not really a person that can handle too much water throughout the day. I do need to go to the bathroom a lot already. It depends person to person, I'm guessing, but I didn't really ever get used to it. It's a lot of time management too. You just got to figure out when the smartest is to take it. That's why I took it in the morning before school, so then I wouldn't be getting up during my classes. Alright, so rule 6 is take a progress picture every single day. So look, on the occasion I would forget to take the photo. It happened probably about 10 times throughout the challenge. But other than that, it was pretty easy. When I forgot to take the photo, either I would take it, if I woke up in the middle of the night and I realised I forgot, I'd take it right that second, go to the bathroom and take my progress picture, or in the morning as soon as I wake up, if I remember, I'd take it straight away. What I would recommend is setting a time when you're going to actually do it, so then it's consistent every day. Whatever the time is, you've got to kind of set a consistent time. I have a 75 hard app which I use for this challenge, which was supposed to send me reminders every day, but for some reason didn't. So, and I didn't really know how to set it up, and I wasn't really that bothered either. As long as you kind of have that timeline, it's sweet. If I missed it, I'd take it as soon as possible. So rule 7 is no alcohol and no cheat days. Being a 15-year-old, obviously, especially being someone who does this kind of challenge, does it really look like I drink? I don't drink alcohol. I don't really plan on drinking alcohol for a while. That's not really of interest to me. I kind of want to get my life together before I even consider doing those kind of things. You know, so basically that was really easy for me. Obviously cheat days, just staying consistent. This whole challenge really is just about getting up in the morning, pushing through the day. No one is there. No one cares about you complaining. No one cares about anything in your life. You are the only person that cares enough, obviously, to take control of your life. So you need to keep pushing. No matter what people say, no matter how people talk about you, how people talk to you, you've got to keep pushing for what you want, right? And especially doing this challenge, people go, oh, 75 days is so long, so hard, just have a cheat meal here, just have a cheat day there, just rest. You know, especially like friends and family that are concerned about you. Oh, you haven't had a rest day in 65 days. Like, well, you haven't had a rest day in 30 days. Come on, just take one day off. You've got to keep pushing through it, because if you give up, one, the whole point of the challenge is you've got to stay consistent, and two, well, if I give up now, I'm going to probably restart. Most people give up and don't restart, right? I especially had that guilt on my conscience. If I give up now, then I'm giving up. That's the end of it. Like, what was this month for? What was this 2 months for? You know what I mean? Like, why have I been doing this if I'm just going to give up? So that kind of kept me consistent with, you know, getting up and doing my workouts and drinking my water and eating my food, whatever. That was kind of keeping me accountable. Like, why do this if I'm just going to give up? Obviously, this challenge is a mental toughness and physical toughness challenge. It's going to come with challenges, right? Look, most of the challenges I faced were mental, but everything is controlled by your brain. As long as you if you're having a problem, if you're having an issue, for example, when I was towards the end of the challenge, my big goal was to do a big run, right? Because I have asthma, my legs get really jelly and weak when I run. I just feel like I'm cramping, etc. So my goal was to run at least 2Ks straight or 3Ks straight. So everything was in my head. All those times where I'd only run 1.5 or 1K straight was just all in my head. And especially towards the end of the challenge, I really wanted to push myself a lot more. So kind of those mental challenges, those mental obstacles that you have to get over throughout this challenge, there will be many. I think the main way to get over them is just pushing through. As long as you suppress that little voice inside you saying, let's give up, you should be fine. That's how I dealt with a lot of my mental challenges. And you know, peer pressure, oh, just have a cheat meal here, have a cheat meal there, have a cheat day here, have a cheat day there. You know, just kind of getting over those humps, especially in the start of the challenge. As soon as you kind of get to the month mark, it's like, all right, push through it now. I've only got, a month and a half left. I might as well keep going, right? There's not a lot of temptation throughout this challenge, especially if you get used to it. So I think overcoming those mental challenges is a really good thing. Physical challenges is more like, for me, it was like running, and then obviously gym, just trying to recover in time for the next gym session the next day. A lot of sleep, a lot of scheduling, planning, time management, making sure you're well rested, making sure you're in a good mental state to keep going. And then obviously just the physical toll on your body. As long as you've got a good mindset and you're suppressing that voice, you're basically fine. Obviously I'm a kid, so I have a lot more energy than adults that will do this. But, you know, I think it is a good time to do this challenge, especially when we're young and, you know, vibrant, and you have a lot of energy to do these kind of things, and you can kind of keep consistent. It teaches you a lot mentally and physically, like changes your body, and you know, like a lot of the chemistry in your brain and how you think will change after this challenge. It's definitely benefited me a lot. So that's basically what we're going to talk about next, like how it benefits you. So after this challenge, a lot of the things I've done throughout this challenge, I will be taking on into my personal life. Pretty much all of it, just obviously not to the extremes, right? So like, I'm still going to be working out a lot. I want to drink a lot more water. Probably not 3.79 litres a day, but probably around that 2 litres I'll be trying to aim for. Another goal is, you know, reading and keeping up with my books and just learning. And then obviously, you know, eating clean and making sure I have a good diet. So then, you know, everything to do with your diet and drinking and everything, nutrition, etc., kind of fuels your energy, right? So those are a few of the things I'll be taking into my everyday life, you know, to try and help me out. Those are the things that I've appreciated most throughout this challenge. And I think this challenge is really good. It changes, obviously, like I said, it changes your brain chemistry, it changes how you think and how you perceive things. You know, it's good for dedication and consistency and learning to stick to things. And look, it is a big challenge. I would 100% recommend it to anyone. Before you start, you've really got to plan it out to fit your lifestyle. Before I started, there was probably a week of research into, you know, how other people had done throughout this challenge, you know, what people's opinions on it were, watching videos, you know, trying to figure out how it could fit into my life, right? There's a lot of planning beforehand. You could just go in, dive into the deep end, but I did like to plan before it just so then I knew what was going to happen. But yeah, basically this challenge has been really good. I would 100% recommend it for anyone that's, you know, trying to stay consistent. I'll be definitely doing it again. You know, I feel like even during the school term, it was really good for me just to stay in schedule and kind of have something to achieve, have a goal to get to. Yeah, this challenge has definitely 100% changed me. You know, my friends notice it, my family notices it. Just a lot of little things that most people would pick up on, some people won't pick up on, you know, but it just changes how you think about everything. You're a lot more appreciative for the little things, you know. Rest days was like a thing for me where I'm like, I don't need a rest day, but now I'm like laying in bed the day after and I'm like, this is amazing. But I feel lost. I felt lost for a few days afterwards, just trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life now, but kind of that nice rest. So basically 75 hard to anyone that's going to go ahead and do it, 100% recommend it. So this is my first long form video, so make sure if you like this kind of content, if you want to go check out my Instagram, make sure you go and do that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and this has been my 75 hard journey. I hope I've helped you kind of, if you're looking to get started in 75 hard, I hope I've helped you kind of either jump over that fence or kind of stick back from it. It's completely up to you, but I hope I've helped in some way. Hopefully I'll be posting a lot more content like this throughout 2024, so make sure you stay tuned for that.